Bienvenido, bienvenido. Hola, hola, what's shaking, soldiers? This is Savvy D. Jones, your co-living diva and hope coach, coming to you from Chapala, Jalisco, Mexico. I pray all is well. Before we get started, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because currently I'm doing these webinars every Tuesday and Saturday. It should be 12:30 Eastern time, 10:30, no, yeah, 10:30 Eastern time, 12:30 Eastern time, and 10:30 my time here in Mexico. I will be back in the U.S. next week. Now, on Tuesday I'll still be here because I don't come back until Wednesday. So next Saturday I'll be coming to you from Michigan, but we're still going to take our virtual vacations. I told you last recording that I probably would pick a different continent in the month of May. And so the continent that the country that I've decided to look at today actually falls in on two continents. Isn't that crazy? But it'll be something exciting. I never knew that until I looked it up. I did not know that this country was on two continents. Crazy. So, um, let's see. Want to remind you guys that in September, we have our Jumpstart Your Souljourn retreat for women who need to rest. Our theme is slow down, sister. Rest is a radical move. And so there's going to be a lot of things that we're doing. There's curated spa days. We've got dance lessons. We have the immersion of Spanish speaking opportunities for you. We're going to talk about residency because we have some individuals that are interested in finding out if they can or how they can get residency in Mexico. So we will share that. There's going to be plenty of time for rest, relaxation, rejuvenation, getting your mind right concerning next steps for your second half of your life. So without further ado for today, let's get ready and take our virtual vacation. And let's see here. I want to minimize this. Well, let me go. I need to share my screen. That's what I need to do. Share. Let's go here to. So this is where we're going to go today, to the country of Portugal. And when on this particular app, this is the Earth Awaits. I wanted to kind of start here to see if we can get some good pictures of places in Portugal. And 5 places came up: Lisbon, Porto. Those 2 I have heard before. I've not heard of Coimbra, Braga, and looks like Faro. So let's go with Lisbon. I want to check it out and let's see what it says. Ah, beautiful picture. So we have Lisbon here. Oh, let's take a look at these beautiful pictures. So this looks like it might be like in a central area or main part of the city. I like the outdoor dining that they have there. Let's look at another photo. Okay, Lisbon. Looks like they've got taller buildings than what we have here in Chapala. Another picture. Here's another picture. And then one more. Let's see. Again, this is the Earth Awaits website. Boy, that looks really, really pretty. Looks like it is a very walkable city, Lisbon. So let's find out some information about Lisbon. Woo! Well, it definitely is more expensive than Mexico. Let's see. So the cost of living in Lisbon and is $3,413.89. So now that I know could be kind of steep for some individuals. Population 517,802 people. Um, your average broadband speed for internet is 305 megabytes per second, and then you have 77.7 for upload. Purchasing power is 62.7, and the index is 139. Well, it must be a fairly nice place, and I've not heard anything really bad about Lisbon. Quality of life is high at 61 out of 100. Quality of health care, 72. I love when these numbers are in the green. Crime level, low, 31. And pollution level, low, 36. I love those. And the walk score is 99 out of 100. Lisbon sounds like it would be a wonderful place to visit. Let's check out the weather. Okay, so temperatures, let me see if I can get this in Fahrenheit for us Americans. Looks like the highest temperature in August is like 88. Low of 67, humidity is 43%. Let's see, July 87, 42% again for the humidity. So I like those numbers. In September, high of 83, low of 65, humidity about 48%. So you know what? I give the weather an A+ in Lisbon, Portugal. Let's see here. Okay, so this is an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment. It's going to cost you about $1,570.84. And that's in center, in the city center. Outside of the center, it drops by about $300 down to $1,221.60. A two-bedroom apartment would be $2,281.47. These are just estimates if you're in the city central. And if you're outside, a two-bedroom would cost you $1,616.19. Your electric bill, ooh, $143.53. Your internet, about $40.29. So that would be a total for an individual would be $2,193.33. Let's check out the food. A loaf of fresh bread, maybe $1.72. Eggs, a carton is going to be about $3.15. Milk for a liter of milk, $1.11. Local cheese, about $13.15 per kilogram. Rice, $1.70. Ground beef, 1 kilogram is going to cost you about 15.25 milligrams. $15.25. Okay, so groceries are not horribly bad. Lettuce, about $1.88 a head. It's not bad at all. So this is for a family size of 2. Total for food is going to be $475.24. Some other things you would look at is, going out to eat. So going to a mid-range restaurant for a 3-course meal could cost you about $62.17. A meal at an inexpensive restaurant is going to be about $15.51. I love how they just put McDonald's in all of this stuff. But that's because McDonald's is everywhere. If you're going to have a fitness club membership, expect to pay about $48.44. Tennis rental, going to the movies, $9.04. Taxi, $4.13. So let's look at the jeans. How much is the Levi's 501? $105.14. Summer dress at chains like Zara or H&M, about $40. So this is pretty good. Let's see how much are shoes. A good pair of men leather business shoes, about $123. A pair of running Nikes mid-range, about $90. A pack of cigarettes, Marlboro would be a dollar. Okay. So that's your other extra expenses are going to cost you around $745.32. So this is the information that we can get off of the Earth Awaits concerning Lisbon in Portugal. I did mention that Portugal is on 2 continents, Africa and Europe. I just thought that was amazing. And I guess the part that's in Africa is Madeira, is the part that's over in Africa. The rest of it is in, I believe, the southern part of Europe. So let's go over to the cost of living on the Nombio. Let's see here. Get rid of that. I don't know why that is on my screen. It's nothing that I want. Oh, hold on. There we go. Back to my screen. All right, let me get pull up Nombio. Cost of living. And we are going to select Lisbon, Portugal. All right, so these numbers, now remember, Numbeo is the app that allows people to put information, their experiences in the app. And let's see here. That's good, that's good. So the estimated monthly cost per family, like if you've got 4, let me change this, that they're giving it to me in the euro. And I want it to be in USD. Let's do USD. Okay, so the estimated monthly cost for family of 4 would be $3,024. The estimated cost for a single person would be $851. That we're talking about rent. Woo! Lisbon is 26.3% more expensive than Mexico City. Wow. And rent on average is 63.8% more than Mexico City. So there's some information for you when you want to compare Lisbon, Portugal, and that's a popular place compared to Mexico City, another popular place, but on two different continents. Let's look at the restaurants here. So, inexpensive meal restaurant, about $15 is what people are reporting on Numbeo. The average range would be $11.30 up all the way up to $20.92. So a meal for two people at a mid-range restaurant, three-course meal, probably cost you around $62.16. But it could range from $42.20 all the way up to $90 for a mid-range three-course meal for two people. Beer, $33.39. Imported beer, $3.96. A regular cappuccino, $2.88. So that is pretty good. Milk, Numbeo is reporting the same thing that we saw over on the Earth Awaits. A liter is going to be about $1.11. Rice, $1.70 for a kilogram. Eggs, a carton, $3.15. So the information over here in Numbeo, Numbeo is pretty much the same as it is over in the Earth Awakes. But I like coming to Numbeo just to see what personal information has been put in. You want to wait till you get there to buy a Volkswagen Golf? A new car, probably $33,907.88. Let's see, your basic electricity, pretty much close to what we saw over on the Earth Awaits. $143.52 a month for your basic electricity, heating, and cooling. Mobile phone, now here in Lisbon, they've given us 10 gigabytes plus data, $20.91 a month. That's with a monthly phone plan with calls. Internet, unlimited data, about $40.29 a month. The fitness club numbers are about the same as they were over on the Earth Awaits. Monthly membership for one adult would be about $48 a month. Tennis court rental, about $18. There is some information there for you individuals who have school-age children. Child care, private, full day, one child, about $632. International primary school for 1 year for one child, $15,828.82. All right. Okay, clothing, jeans, about $105. A nice dress, about $40. Nike shoes, $90. Pair of business leather loafers, about $123. So the rent, let's look at the rent. One bedroom in city center, here they're saying $1,570. I think on the other page it was, I want to say it was I thought it said $1,600, but you know, one bedroom inside the city, $1,570 reported here. One bedroom outside the center, about $1,200, $2,150. Apartment, a 3-bedroom apartment would be $2,984. So for, someone that's probably coming with a family. Another apartment outside the center would be about $2,1061. And, it could be, if you are going to be doing communal living with a 3-bedroom apartment or a 3-bedroom rental space, that could be something that you could consider. If you really want to be in Lisbon and you can't afford to do it by yourself, making it a communal, seeing if you could make it a communal living space may be an option for 3 three golden girls. All right. Let's see. Price per square meter to buy apartment in the city center would be $7,375. To the price per square meter to buy an apartment outside of the center is $4,433.89. And I'll have to do more research about buying an apartment. I'm assuming that that's probably like purchasing like purchasing like a townhouse type thing, or buying into a development spot. But I have to do more research because I've never seen it put that way before. Let's see. Average monthly salary, $1,385. This is salaries and financing. 20-year fixed rate for a mortgage, 3.77. Now I'm here in Mexico, and I'm not, at this point in my life, not considering purchasing property. It's just something that I don't want to do. For one thing, I want to be mobile. I want to be able to move around the world, and so I don't want to have to think that if I find some place I love more, having to figure out how to sell in a foreign country is just not something that I want to try to wrap my brain around. So, but I'm glad that it has that information here for those who are considering purchasing land or purchasing property in a place. Moving to Lisbon. Let's look at the quality of life. Distribution of expenses. So the pink here, 30, that's higher than what most financial advisors recommend. Most financial advisors recommend that your housing or your rent, your mortgage should not be above 30% of your total income. This is 36.9, so it's high. And when you're looking at your rent, they're talking about your taxes, they're talking about your insurance, the actual cost of the rent or mortgage payment. All of that should be 30% or lower of your total income. So it's expensive. Lisbon has expensive. It's expensive it's saying it right here. Most expensive apartment, a 1-bedroom in center. So yeah, that's expensive, but people can work it out. If they really want it, they can work it out. Quality of life in Lisbon. Let's check that out. So purchasing power, moderate, 62.7. The safety index is high. That's great, 68.18. Healthcare index is high, 72.41. Climate index, very high, 98.59. Now, that is saying that the cost of living in Lisbon is low at 51.14. The property price to income ratio is very high. And I said that when I showed you that it cost you about 36 point something percent of your total income or your monthly budget. So there you see it. They say it is high, very high. Traffic commute time index is low and pollution is low. But the quality of life in Lisbon is considered high. So you have to know where you're going to cut corners if you want to live there, knowing that the property price or the rental property is going to be high. And that's just high compared, to other places. it's a very doable place to go and live. And I would love to visit. I'm glad that we're doing this virtual tour today. So minimum contributions, 187. Over 600 other individuals have contributed to the Quality of Life Index to help us come up with these numbers. And the individuals that I have seen on YouTube that talk about living in Portugal love it. And I've only heard good things about living in Portugal. For some individuals, that may not be an option as far as, let me come out of this. That may not be an option because it's so far away from the US. It may be someplace you want to go and visit, depending on where you are in the stage of life. If you have grandchildren or family that are still in the US that you want to be able to maintain ties to, going across the ocean may seem a little more than what you can handle. I hear so many of my customers tell me that, I do want to travel, I do want to move out the country, but one of the reasons they like being in Mexico is just, it's just a few hours flight to get back home. Where if you're going to be in Africa or Portugal or Asia, it may take a little longer. And so those are things that you want to consider. But don't cross Lisbon or Portugal off your diva list. Go visit. I mean, life is good. Let's at least visit it. We have these apps, these websites that give us a little insight, but there's nothing like boots on the ground when it comes to having your own story or your own perspective of something. If I had to listen to all the nonsense and the fallacies concerning Mexico, I would have never come. I had to check it out for myself. And I have found it to be a very comfortable, loving, therapeutic, financially stable place for me to live. And so I'm going to always be Team Mexico. I mean, something would have to drastically change for me not to want to be here. I love it here. I love my friends. I love my family. I love my life. I love my health. I love my spiritual walk is growing, improving. I'm really excited about that. And if you have questions, please check out some of my links and let's have a clarity chat. Let's have a conversation about what it is that you want, what it is that you need. What is it that you deserve? You can have it. Just need to plan it. You need to sit down and plan it out. It's something doable. What are some of your gifts and talents that you have? Can you monetize that? Can you profit from what you're passionate about? Let's have a conversation about that. I really want to see you happy and thriving in your latter years. I'm Savvy D. Jones, the co-living diva and hope coach, helping our people economically excel. I have tools, I have resources that I can provide for you immediately to help you get your finances in place so that you have the flexibility to live and enjoy life wherever you want to in the world. Until next time, be well, live free, and prosper.